corporations have to take over.
The higher up you go, the less you can hide.
New series premieres Wednesday at 10 on Sci-Fi.
Let's do this shit.
Jeez.
Use that.
Hello. Huh? Well.
Oh no, she got the shit too, huh? Yeah, so seriously, what should we do? Have no idea what we should do. Some crazy shit though, right? Like, damn. Oh shit.
I can't breathe.
Oh wow, that was so unexpected.
Mikon.
You're tickling me.
Move.
Huh? Hajime? Yo! Hajime! I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Hey. You. Don't tell me, bastard! Damn it! Damn it! Don't tell me. Hey, Fidget, Fidget! Damn it! Damn it!
Well...
Hey! Hey! Well?
Hey, like...
Yes!
I see.
Yes!
Damn right. Anyway.
What? These people is weird as fuck, man. Damn, where they tell me to go? I was not paying attention, to be honest, right there. Oh yeah, they did say follow him, that's right. Monokama's up in here either, though.
Hey, bastard!
Fuck, bro. How you feel, huh? I just want to see if he gonna be up in here too.
Hey!
This is nice, right?
Anyway. Damn right.
Well, shit, what you mean? Is it the radio little thing?
What's up? Huh. All right! I get it.
Soundwave-esque. Welcome to my channel.
I'm not trying to do that. Okay, for sure. It's true, we don't have to worry about getting infected with
That's
this,
right.
so, yeah,
Huh. Damn right. Even so. Damn right. Huh?
Ahem! Hope speak it is now. Please return to your rooms and now then, sweet
Now then.
You guys? What are you thinking? I don't like this. Unbelievable. In other words,
What are you saying?
unbelievable.
Jeez. Jeez, you're pathetic.
Monokuma appears! Brought to you by Monokuma!
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make. Good morning, everyone! Looks like today is gonna be another perfect tropical day! Now then, let's show some enthusiasm and make sure to give it our all today!
Yo. Damn right. Huh? This is bad. Now then. What's up?
Nope. Hey, hey.
You... Well... What?
However,
Hey, hey!
it's... Um... You can't!
Don't fuck with me!
Move up.
We've been data mining Hydra's files. Like a lot of rats didn't go down with the ship. I'm headed to Europe tonight. Wanted to ask if you'd come. There's something I gotta do first. How about you, Wilson? Could use a man with your ability. All right then. Anybody ask? Tell them they can find me.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make. It is now 10 p.m. Please return to your rooms and relax. Let the sound of the ocean gently rock you to sleep. Now then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night.
Damn it! Jeez, you're pathetic. Jeez. Hey. Jeez.
Thought it said go back to the cottage. Shit. Holy shit. Looking all fucking scary as shit.
yes. Understood.
Kinda scary. Scary as fuck. Bruh. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Master 4. Welcome to my channel.
Man. Okay, so ain't nobody dead today, I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Unless Hayoko is really dead in her room, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing, I doubt it. So that was me checking on
Yo.
Naruto. Okay.
Damn it. Jeez. Jeez, you're pathetic.
Damn, they're just passing days by now. Memories.
Hey! Hey!
Your boy Monokuma is burnt the fuck out. Okay, it's morning.
I can't believe it!
In his room now this time?
No.
Hurry!
You've stopped moving. Wait. You!
Oh, the rapist.
But yes.
Shit is weird. Huh? I'm gonna look at it. You said what? Where? I'm screaming. It is.
Well,
I wonder if that got any truth to it.
Man. Hey.
Oh, did he really mean it? Shit. Excuse the fuck out of me, bruh. Damn. Gotta keep practicing that posture shit. That shit hard as hell, bruh. Okay, let's see. Let's go chat with other people real quick. See what the hell is up. See what's going on. the fuck is going on? Damn. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Oh shit. You gotta get over there, right? Bruh.
Ahem! Good morning, everyone! Now then, let's show some
Damn, I must have took a long fucking way, right? Shit, teleported. They did. They didn't make it. Yeah, they didn't make it. I don't even know where that shit is at. I don't know how to open a map. Let's see, how you open a map? Fast travel, Q and E key, okay. For sure. Never played with the what you call? How you open the menu though? Oops. This nigga. Oh no. Nutty Bookie. Oh bruh. Try to get the body down and help see if she revive or something. Damn. place they go? Hotel.
You fiend. What? I won't let you!
Could it be? Yeah!
I renounce you!
Hold it.
You fiend.
But still. That's... Hey,
Fine. Leave this to me!
Yep. Yeah!
You fiend. Taste your power!
Yippee-ki-yay!
Good instincts. I can see it!
Perhaps. Hajime! Hey, hey.
No shit.
Perhaps.
Huh? Damn it!
Hey.
Huh?
For now. Nope.
Let's go! It's got nothing to do with you! Damn right!
Yep.
Let's go!
Okay, we got that shit open though.
Make a little holiday magic.
Is she dead too? Fuck, bruh. Come on now. Not two bodies though, right?
A body has been discovered!
Just A, right?
Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the
Okay, investigation time.
a body has been discovered!
Damn.
Now
Why
then,
they kill her
after a
little
certain
ass
amount of
off?
time has passed, the
2 body discovery announcements in a row. That means
What?
Could it be?
Shut the hell up!
This is just... Yes! Oh.
Damn it!
yeah, we already knew it was a Buki. Like, come on now. Did nobody else have hair like that? There was no denying that the face I saw, man.
Damn it!
What's the matter?
Hey! What the heck?
Ah! Are you kidding me?
What? What?
This is troubling.
Damn it!
Huh?
No way!
Hey! That's...
What'd you say?
Phew! Yahoo! It's the... See ya later!
This cannot be...
Silence. Let me tell you this.
Damn it. Damn it!
What do you yearn for?
It was Gundam.
That's weird.
Hey. Yep. This is bad.
Leave it to me! Alrighties! Damn it.
Damn right.
Huh? Time to get to that investigation.
Hey!
Okay, so if that was the what you call it, if that was the motive, then I'm thinking maybe Ibuki really did have a sister and she acted just like Ibuki did when she was sick. Somebody slit her throat. Jesus. That's fucked
I'll definitely find out. I think.
Damn, they used that disease to tell her gullible ass to hang herself. She probably walked in on them killing fucking Hiyoko, and then they used the disease so she was all gullible and shit. They was like, you did this. You should kill yourself for doing this. Man, some fucked up shit like that, I'm pretty sure. this time,
Something like this.
it was Miss Sonia.
How cruel. So just as I thought.
She probably got a clue. Someone talking to her.
Damn right.
I know where he was, so but
Huh?
they couldn't have did that.
Like... Hey! I get it. Huh. Huh? Like... I get it. Damn it.
I've listened to the whole story. Well? See? Yep.
Hajime. Hey. Well. How unfortunate.
Nature, the collective will of the world.
That's weird.
I see.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Well?
Fine.
Hey. See? Yep. But still. So... Ah! See? Yep.
Kill her. Maybe they made her kill her and then kill herself. Blood on the rope.
Hey!
Well,
I see.
Oh well. Guess it is what it is. So damn, they killed her after the fact. They killed Kyoko after the fact because it looked like blood splatter, right? So that means maybe Kyoko's throat got slit after the fact. After what's her name hung herself, Ibuki hung herself, right? That's fucked up. This whole thing is fucked up. Sure the hell wasn't expecting them to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that shit really caught me really caught me off guard. It caught me by surprise like a motherfucker. Seriously, that shit was crazy. Let's see. Let me do this real quick. You know? You're cocky with it, alright? Let me see. Okay, I did it right. Good looking.
Damn right. Like... Well...
Somebody told her to kill herself while she had that disease. Can't find that place.
So you have appeared. I can see it! Go, my four dark devas of destruction!
Wow!
How pitiful. Fine. was close.
Huh? Hmm. So... Hmm.
Hey! Now. Actually... Huh? Why? Hey!
Yo!
Hey.
What?
Thanks.
Now then. That's weird. Yo!
Perhaps... But... Isn't that right? Hey. Well... See? Hey. But... man. Hajime. Right? How mean. Damn it. Hey.
Yep. But still... You got it wrong! But...
Her neck was already taped up. And they just let the blood out real quick. But, I don't know if the heart had to be beaten taking the tape off is good enough. I have no idea, to be honest.
Huh? See?
Good instincts.
Do you have a minute?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Huh? Yep. Um. Um. Perhaps.
Huh?
So. I am concerned.
Yep.
See?
Silence!
Hey,
Wow. I don't like this. This is kind of depressing.
Drinik. Welcome to my channel.
yep.
Fine. Taste your powerlessness!
Man, bruh. Murder shit ain't no joke.
So. Oh my!
Good instincts.
Well, You are right.
Let me go to both places.
You got it wrong!
Man, bruh. Gotta hurry up and get there real quick. Oh shit, what I just clicked on? I don't even know.
Hello there. I see. Hey!
Did you call me? What? What are you gonna do?
Huh?
Listen up!
That's...
Here! Look forward to it, okay?
Hey.
They must be gonna try to pin this shit on me, bruh. At least that's how I feel. I don't know.
What's this? Too bad. You're so stupid. Shocking. Hey, well now. Now then. I can't wait! I can't...
I just wanted to snack on some shit, so you know what I'm saying? I was hoping that they would let me do it. Okay, we about to watch this young movie real quick. Let's see what the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully. Oh, yeah, I gotta click that.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise, and was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
Phew! So... bye-bye!
cut her throat, right?
Nine 942029994. Welcome to my channel.
Damn right. I get it.
U4X06. Welcome to my channel.
I see. Hey!
Man, I think it's lucky he might be blending. But I doubt it. Nah.
2U4X06 says SSSSSS.
Is that what I mean?
I see. Like...
Says, hey bro.
What's good?
Well, yeah. Well. Huh? Jeez.
Really, bro? That's how you feel? Pretty vicious.
So you have appeared. Listen well.
Locked. I know we got a key, right?
2U4X06 says, bro.
Bro, what's good though?
Babe,
Oh my!
So why is you already in here?
No.
Monokuma? Oh, it's moderated. Blood in the sink. Toilet. This is why our kimono is fucked up. Oh, we're fucked up.
However, perhaps,
But I thought she figured out how to tie her shit herself. I remember her thanking Mahiru for that shit. Well, thanking dead Mahiru for that shit at the trial. You know what I'm saying? Oops. I hope I didn't like kill it for somebody.
you are right.
Okay.
Perhaps. Hyoko, by chance, are—
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health. It cannot be.
it was Miss Sonia, that's why. Boom. And how was you in a damn room anyway? If I had to unlock the door, right? She locked it when she went in. She was trying to hide some shit. What's good? Okay, is they gonna let me go to oh yeah, I want to check that vent. Probably ain't got shit to do with nothing, cause it ain't. Okay, let's run back. If the trial don't start, let's run back to the hospital. See if we can figure out something about Ibuki's death. Man, that's fucked up. This whole thing's fucked up right here. Why it had to be two people though, man? I thought he was gonna kill somebody first, right? I thought he was the first one to commit murder. He looked like he eat people and ain't even online.
Hey, hey! Right! Man. Hey! Huh?
Well, Hajime.
That's right!
Hey, hey.
Strange, nigga. That shit was horrible. It's like, oh no.
Man.
Which one is that? So what?
Well?
Hey,
I mean, they told her to do it. It's like in the fucking movie, bro.
you.
Oh my god, bruh. If it was her, nigga, I would be so mad. I want to check Ibuki in.
Now then. All right! Hey, hey! Yo!
Point name.
Like,
It really don't matter, huh? Yeah, I figured that. Check this shit out though. Let's see. Oh man. Man, I wonder who committed the murder though.
hey. 'Cause... Hey.
The fuck?
Aww. Hey, hey. Well? See?
feel like I was reading something one day about somebody hiding behind a curtain to kill somebody. I hope that wasn't pertaining to this game, because that would really suck balls. Like I spoiled the shit for myself a year before I played the game. That would really suck.
Nope.
Hello! How's everybody
Trial
doing?
time.
It's me, Monica, the class trials,
cover
so
some shit.
make
Ooh, shit, son. It wasn't her though, right? That's all I need to know. That's kind of vicious. Now, where that shit at? That shit right here, right? Let's go. Should I talk to him, or should I just go straight to the trial?
Welcome! Wait! Monomi's such a dumb child.
Hey! Hey!
That's... Anyway... Bye-bye!
I won't let you.
Hey, hey! Huh?
Damn it!
Well... How about it?
What do you get?
See?
I'm gonna do it!
Fuck everybody, ain't that many people, right? Shit.
Fine. Let's make history.
This is bad.
I'm gonna do it!
Jeez.
Hey.
I say Sonya.
Well?
It feels me kind of that would be like totally crazy, right? If she was infected by the disease and some made her do it, that would be crazy. Okay, I'll be right back. Ready. I don't know, I'm about to switch back to the controller, I think. 'Cause I don't know if I know how to play with the mouse. I'm gonna try. Oh shit, like, what happened?
What?
Hey, hey! No, not that's well now. Yoo-hoo!
Okay, here we go. Man, it's only the third trial though, bruh. The ultimate musician is dead. Yeah, that's damn near the whole class right here. It don't really matter for them because they already dead, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucked up. Yeah, go ahead, say that. How you go back? Shit. Yes, that's that.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is, and vote. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And that person will earn the right to leave. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Boom.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time.
Boom.
When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was
Crazy shit.
a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. The only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hiyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer. Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating... No, that's wrong!
I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be a...
Of course you're not!
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time.
Everybody else tickets.
Isn't that right, Monokuma?
That'd be important.
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime, how long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time.
Exactly.
And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
If they could have raped me somewhere where the drumstick fell in there or something. I don't know, nigga. That's crazy. Let's see. I guess that semi-transparent.
The killer was still in by locking the door from the inside.
Damn, how you
They tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside. No, that's wrong!
Wait a second. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe? I see!
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
Smart. What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
That fast within 10 minutes?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
It was a kind of... She don't never get sick. But just so happened she got sick, right? Oh, we already know what that scrap of paper is, man. After this, get it. Ooh, poster.
Got it! Using the mouse is very different from using a controller, man.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Exactly.
In the
Or
music
call it
venue
poster
storage room,
board.
there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
And there is.
There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
What does that mean?
Right.
It's hanging down?
You overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper. See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
Yes, indeed.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
Yeah, I guess so.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
like that? Come on now, that was fucked up.
We will never give up!
You can't do your boy like this. That was just grimy. I was thinking maybe a curtain too. They covered the pillar, but you never know. So it looked like they covered the pillar.
It's all coming together! I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden...
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
Yeah,
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
Exactly. Damn.
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, It's about time we shed some light on those imitation...
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my...
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats...
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy... I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
I see!
The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before him?
A valid line of reason.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of...
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me the...
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying.
An even bigger jerk?
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself. That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
It looked like the blood splatter was on the bottom of her feet. I'm just saying. But, hey.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were, was there any sign she... Were there even any footprints at the...
Maybe her feet were, but she was like sitting. So instead, there'd be...
Weak, weak, it doesn't even pierce my heart!
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor. When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. That she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
When Hiyoko died,
Ibuki's feet.
I am telling you to. Did you see her?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. That she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
I don't even know how to do it.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet.
I am telling you to. Did you see her walking?
If her feet were. Was there any sign she's. Were there even any footprints at.
Maybe her feet were on the. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
when Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Crap!
When Hiyoko
What I
died,
think it is, man.
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce.
Let's see. I don't know what the hell it is. Y'all don't know either? Like, don't nobody know?
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor.
What does that do?
Was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
Oh shit.
When Hiyoko died,
About to die, son.
Ibuki.
About to die. Oh no.
We will never give up!
Damn, it's getting hot. Man, I said it was the blood on the stove. I don't see how the candle.
When Hiyoko died,
The room key got anything to do
Ibuki's
with it.
feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that.
Oh, that's how you consent.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest. You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1. Did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about. Did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time. Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us
wait a sec. There's something...
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really... For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that—
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. There's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to
What the heck?
There's still one more issue. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
I mean, from what you can see.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Oh, who did I shoot that way?
Crap!
Damn it.
We can exclude the sick people like me and
That's what I
Akane,
have to
right?
do.
And what about the...
Right before the... I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone at the...
So everyone who stayed at...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
I already missed them both, though, right? That was dope.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
Blocks.
I was totally sleeping in my motel.
I think everyone at...
So everyone who stayed at the motel...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Crap!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
How you go?
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Oh man, I can't even use my F1 key. That kind of blows balls.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the... If nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
I missed again, bruh. Okay,
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at...
What about you guys?
I was where I was...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Damn. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I can't check my motherfucking whistle.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
But I'm gonna try it.
Right before the morning announcement, I was...
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
That's what it is.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
Aside from those if nobody... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has
betting it all
failed!
on, you know what I'm saying? It's all going to this one thing.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Oh yeah, he said
So
he was
everyone who
telling
stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. So sad.
This is my... We will never give up!
Come on, I know somebody knows. Man, I want to say Sonya's account so bad. She the one that
We can
told her to
exclude
go
the
into
sick
room.
people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the
Right before them, I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed at the motel...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Yeah, I know I did that already. She didn't get mad at me. It is what it is.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
I hope it ain't that one. That's gonna suck bad.
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage. Crap!
Damn it.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone at the motel...
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
aside from those if nobody, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Just want to shoot that real quick. Okay. So I'm gonna shoot that at Fuyuhiko and see if that works.
We can exclude the sick people.
And what about the...
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone at the...
So everyone who stayed at the motel...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage. Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
I really don't know though. What's the whole mouse button do? What does that shit do?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick. And what about the...
Right before them, I was totally asleep.
I think everyone...
So everyone who What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
Aside from those if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally asleep.
I think everyone...
So everyone who What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and... Fuck.
We will never give up!
We can...
And what about the others?
Oh man, I gotta make it to the halfway spot.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel is doing...
So everyone who What about you guys? I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
Aside from those if nobody, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those if nobody, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick.
And what about the...
Right before them, I was totally asleep.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the if nobody, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick.
And what about the other?
Right before the morning, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
Aside from those if nobody, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people.
And what about the...
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Crap!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane.
And what about the others?
Right before the I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone at the motel was...
So everyone who stayed at... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not an...
Aside from those afflicted if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before them, I was totally asleep.
I think everyone...
So everyone is... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the... If nobody has an alibi, then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people.
And what about the others?
Fucking good. It's that shit.
Right before the morning, and I was totally asleep.
I think everyone...
So everyone is... What about you guys?
KILL5LINK. Welcome to my channel.
We will never give up!
We can exclude the sick.
And what about the...
Right before them, I was totally asleep.
I think everyone...
So everyone is... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those if nobody has an alibi, then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Okay, so...
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally asleep.
I think everyone...
So everyone is... What about you guys? I was where I was... That's not...
Aside from those if nobody... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stated... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Just say besides those. Damn, bruh. Man, what's the answer to this shit?
Crap!
I don't even care no more.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Yeah.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Man, she wasn't asleep though. Shit, fuck that.
Crap!
Oh god, I'm about to be stuck here all fucking night.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Damn, bro.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Yes, it has. It failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel.
I think everyone...
So everyone who What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No, that's wrong!
You're doing all this shit, bruh.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
You're making it sound worse than what it is.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition.
And we went to the hospital together.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
Yeah.
It's better if we think about it like that.
Yeah.
The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Hiya!
Stop it!
What a disappoint.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
Okay, your boy gotta take a big break real quick, you know what I'm saying? Maybe back with some more stuff, may not be. Make sure y'all tomorrow. Really don't know right now, but good looking at everybody that came through. Hopefully y'all come back through. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. See y'all later. All that good stuff.